Hello, I'm Claire from Wild Ginger Running, and I'm here with Anita Bean, author of this excellent book, The Runner's Cookbook. So today we are going to make the healthiest pudding for after a long run. What are we going to make today?
Okay, so today it is a blackberry crumble. It's not really a traditional crumble topping, it's more of a flapjack topping. So we're making it with oats, and then I'm adding some pecans today, but you can add hazelnuts, walnuts, flaked almonds, different types of nuts, and a bit of sugar and cinnamon. But this is so good for runners because blackberries, and indeed all berries, are really rich in these polyphenols, which are so good for helping the muscles to recover after intense exercise. And blackberries really are one of the best. You can use frozen, you can use fresh, and I'm using frozen blackberries.
I'm glad you said about the frozen, because I was just thinking, oh my goodness, where am I going to pick blackberries at this kind of year? And they're really expensive.
Exactly.
So frozen is you could get cherries, mango, kiwi, whatever.
Absolutely.
But they're not berries.
And well, they're just as good for you. Frozen's just as good as fresh. In fact, they can be more nutritious because they're frozen really quickly after they've been picked. But you can add apples to this if you want, chopped up pears. So it really, the possibilities really are huge. So I've got some defrosted blackberries, and I've already added a little bit of cinnamon to that. Now behind us I've melted some butter. You can either use butter or you can use a spread, an olive oil spread, which I like to do sometimes. And if you're vegan, of course, you can use a vegan, in other words, a dairy-free spread. So I'm going to put the ingredients together now. So excuse me just one moment. We have the melted butter, and to that I will add the oats. So I've got 150 grams of oats, so that goes into the pan. 50 grams of sugar, so this is a little bit less sugar than you would add to a traditional crumble, but I really do think that it tastes sweet enough with that amount of sugar. Obviously you could add as little or as much as you wanted. And then here I've got 50 grams of pecans, so they all go in. And as I said, you can use different types of nuts. So the idea is that you can mix these together. This will just take a minute or less than a minute until the ingredients are really well combined. So it will look a little bit like an unbaked flapjack, and of course it is a lot healthier than a traditional crumble mix because the oats are so good for runners. It's really good for fueling your muscles. It'll give you the sustained energy that you need. There's a little bit less sugar than traditional crumble toppings, and of course you've got all of those nutrients in the nuts. You've got extra vitamin E, you've got zinc, you've got iron, you've got fibre. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. That just gives it a little bit of extra flavour actually, but of course it's entirely optional. So here we go, I'm putting all the crumble topping on top of the berries. You just spread it over so it's quite even. You don't need to press it down or do anything to it now. And it's going to go into the oven, which is set at 170 centigrade for 20 minutes.
And it really is that easy, everyone. So Anita is just getting the blackberry crumble out of the oven. It smells absolutely delicious. The pecan nuts especially, really rich smell there.
Yeah, because in the oven they've toasted. They're on the top of the flapjack crumbles, so they've toasted, and I think it brings out the nutty flavour a lot better.
Amazing. Yeah,
Okay,
it looks
so
lovely.
I'm going to serve you a generous portion.
I think these are my favourite videos to make.
Because you get to eat
anything edible.
Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, that looks absolutely delicious. I'll just take a teeny bit just from the side here. Might be a bit hot. That's really good. They're sort of tart with the blackberries and then sweet with the flapjacky, pecany top. That is absolutely incredible, and that's in your Runner's Cookbook. people can make that?
Yes, it's in the book, and as I said, you can be very flexible with ingredients, use different berries, different fruit, and again, you can make it different every time.
That is absolutely amazing. Enjoy making this one. This is definitely an amazing recovery pudding.